I'm Mari Wines with E3 Realty, and I have a special guest with me here today, Ryan Evanson, our broker of record.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a little while. Glad to be back.
So happy he's here. We are here to bring you the monthly market update. So for Contra Costa County, the month of June, there were just over 1,100 sales, which is lower than we've seen in previous months. The average price was $1.15 million, which is $50,000 lower than previous month, and half of those homes sold for under $860,000. The highest price home was $5.8 million in Lafayette, and the lowest price was $240,000 in El Sobrante. Ryan's going to take it on over and tell you about East County.
So when we drilled down to East County, we had over 340 sales. Average price point was $770,000. Now, half of those sales were under $730,000, so it's still very affordable in the East County area. Now, the highest price was $2.4 million in Brentwood, and the lowest sale in this area for the last month was $248,000 for a tiny little condo in Pittsburgh.
So, you guys just heard for all of Contra Costa that the average sold price is down by $50,000. Now, by no means is this a market crash. There are people who have been waiting for prices to fall, but we're simply just seeing a shift, because if you think about 1.15 being the average sold price, that doesn't really sound like a crash to me at all. That's still a pretty high price. We live in a high priced area, and the market is going to stay strong here no matter how much it shifts.
Yeah, I agree. It's just an adjustment, and right now is a great opportunity to kind of take advantage of that sweet spot.
Right now, we don't know. People are, a little bit fearful right now. We don't know how long it will stay like this, but there is a very sweet spot for buyers right now. We can actually get prices that are under list price, get you closing costs, get you down payment assistance, like you name it. Right now, buyers have leverage. So if you've been thinking about buying, reach out, because now is your time.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree anymore. And right now, we're going to go ahead and pass this over to Margaret.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Lending Rundown. Today we are going to talk about what's happening with interest rates. Mortgage rates were relatively volatile last month, but have calmed in the recent weeks. Last week, the average 30-year fixed interest rate dropped from 5.7 to 5.3, according to Freddie Mac. The Bureau of Labor Statistics released its monthly Consumer Price Index report for June on July 13th. This report is a closely watched gauge of inflation. Pricing immediately after the announcement was worse as markets reacted to the stronger than expected inflation report. The reaction of the inflation data was swift and severe, but after the dust settled, it's nothing like we saw last month. So just how bad was the data? Well, year over year, it was 9.1% versus the 8.8 expected, and higher than the 8.6 we saw in June's report. The monthly was 1.3% versus the projected 1.1. And the core data, stripping out food and energy costs, was 0.7% instead of 0.6. For those that like the numbers, there you go. What do higher rates mean for the housing market? When mortgage rates go up, home buyers' buying power goes down, as more of the anticipated housing budget has to go towards paying interest. However, that doesn't mean that home prices will fail. In fact, they're expected to rise even more this year, just at a slower pace than what we've seen the last couple years. Even with fewer buyers in the market, those who can afford to buy will still be competing over historically low inventory. When there are more buyers than there are homes available, home prices go up. So while conditions may loosen up a bit during the higher rates, we aren't likely to see a significant drop in prices. That's it, everyone, from the Lending Desk this week. Now to Chris for the community update.
All right, we have our community update for you. I got two really big announcements. Number one, thank you to everyone who's came by our open houses locally and dropped off backpacks, school supplies, you name it. We're gonna get it all out to our local foster kids here soon. Thank you so much. If you ever wanna help out any of our open houses, you could drop off any school supplies at any time and we'll get it out to our local foster kids. Or you could go to our office at 2157 Country Hills Road, Suite 206 in Antioch. Drop it off to us and we'll be more than happy to get it out. Thank you for everyone who's already helped us. That being said, one of my favorite fun events that we do with Ticket to Dream is the Back to School Summer Bash. You wanna know why? Because we get to see 150 families come in and we get to see smiles on their face. We give out books, cotton candy, shoes, backpacks full of supplies, provide a lunch. And at the end of the day, you get to see these kids feeling like kids going back to school and not having to feel like I don't have what the other kids have, right? So if you want to help us out with filling these backpacks or giving anything, you could drop anything off at our office at 2157 Country Hills Road before July 30th, because that's the day of the event. We'll be going out there July 30th, so if you bring it in on the 29th of July, we'll make sure we bring it up to Ticket to Dream at this event. It's going to be awesome. And thank you again for everybody tuning in to our community update. We're always here to help out our local foster kids, so if you need any help, you know anybody who can use our E3's help, please reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help out. Thank you again. Back to the studio.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We promise to keep you updated on how this market shift is going. We also offer one-on-one market update workshops where you can ask any and all questions and we can explain to you what's going on and why the heck it's happening. But we will see you next month. Thanks so much. Bye.
See you later.